That
What do we think
is
of that?
hands down the maddest story we've
Mhm.
ever had.
That's nuts.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the podcast. We've got a cool one this week. We've got some cool stuff. So, basically, what I've noticed you guys do, which I really appreciate, you guys are awesome, is so we do like an episode on Cannock Chase. We do an episode on like the Pendle Hill Witches. We do an episode on disturbing imaginary friends. And I receive emails correlating with the episodes from you guys. So, for example, oh, I had this experience at Cannock Chase. Oh, as a kid, I had this weird, was it an imaginary friend? Here's the story. First of all, thank you to everyone who's emailing in. And we're going to pick a couple of those today and read them out. And then we're going to have some haunted objects. Is it, Scott?
Yes.
On eBay. Is that
Yeah.
correct? Oh, haunted object. So not dolls this time. We're moving into inanimate art. Well, I mean, a doll is an inanimate object, but you know what I mean. You know what I mean.
Maybe.
But yeah,
Maybe not.
if you'd like to email in a story, feel free to email either email. I'm not fussed. DudeyRhino@gmail.com or DudeyStories@gmail.com. Okay. Right. Also, later on today, we will have the Patreon question of the week. Now, Patreon, which you can become a member of for just as £1 a month. £1 a month, and you get lots of exclusive content. You get a Patreon episode, like an exclusive Patreon episode, which we need to film a new one very soon, guys. There's a new feature. There's a new feature, which is basically a WhatsApp group chat with myself in it. Scott's in it. Maya's in it, because you're a Patreon as well, aren't you, Maya?
Yeah.
Lozzie's not.
Don't have a quid. Don't have a quid.
He don't have a quid.
Lozzie doesn't support the podcast.
But so there's a few of us in it, but it's just an open group chat. So if you'd like to join the group chat and have a chat with us, you can for just £1 a month. But yeah, so I've asked in that group chat tonight, just as I've gone live, give us a question. The drip chat, give us a question. You can hear who's that voice that we haven't heard for over a month. It's Maya. Maya's back. Maya's in. Bailey's out. It's not out. I actually had a comment on YouTube. Like, is Maya quit the podcast? I said yes.
Oof. We should have started some like beef rumors.
Ooh.
Absolutely not.
Doesn't work that well when you've uploaded the island thing in the middle. Of that.
yeah, absolutely.
I've just been a busy little bee. I'll never say sorry.
No, well, that's the thing. Like, there is 5 of us, so as long as 2 of us are about, we can make an episode.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Maya's back. Bailey has a headache and has had a hard day and has got screaming kids at home. And he said he wants to just sit down in a dark room. So, and get over his headache. So yeah, so he's getting over his headache right now. But anyway, right. We've got Lozzie, we've got Maya, we've got myself and Scott. So let's start with, and again, I've read this one, and I think somewhere this person does ask to be anonymous. But as with subscribers that remember the web show days, sometimes we get stories come in, and then at the end of the story, they'd be like, by the way, keep me anonymous. And I think this might be one like that. So anyway, I'll try my best to keep this person anonymous. All right. Right. Dear Dudey, Rhino and the Drip team, I was watching your recent podcast. Disturbing imaginary friends children have are terrifying. Reading that out loud, that's quite a shit title. And at one point, you mentioned that if any viewer has a paranormal experience, that they should send it in via email. So here it goes. Absolutely. Thank you so much. Right. This one is fucking cool. He didn't write that. I'm just saying. I've read this before.
That's the intro.
Yeah. When I was around 6 years old, me, my mum, and my older sister were forced to move into a cheap, recently rebuilt house after fleeing the abusive home of my stepdad at the time. The house was cheap and had just finished being rebuilt due to the previous tenant having burnt it down. After falling asleep with a cigarette, she unfortunately died in the fire. Now, during our time in this house, I saw a lot of bizarre, scary, supernatural things However, I chalked most of it up to me being young and having just come from a very scary and abusive household with my stepdad. I think it might have been a thing where my brain was purposely conjuring up scary things to weirdly make me feel more normal in the house as I didn't know any better. That is such, I don't know how old you were at the time, but that is such a mature and switched on observation.
It's also very sad.
Yeah.
It is very sad. It is
Yeah.
absolutely that is tragic, but to be so aware
Mm.
is quite remarkable.
Mm.
So, and for the most part, everything I experience can fall under that umbrella, all but one. When we lived with my stepdad, he would not allow me any friends or playmates. So, as you can imagine, I was quite a lonely and isolated boy. But when we moved to this new, supposedly haunted house, there was a play park just across the road from it where I'd watch other kids playing with each other and get quite jealous. I spent weeks working up the courage to finally go over there on my own and make a friend. But unfortunately, the kids weren't very kind to me and rejected me instantly.
Why
That
did you write this story? It's horrible.
I know.
I wasn't expected to cry on the Trip podcast.
Yeah.
True emotion.
Children can be fucking horrible,
I
can't they? They
know.
are. Children are the fucking worst.
I know
mean,
every single kid at that play park got haunted terribly. That's
that's
what
it.
I hope.
Jesus.
That day, I came home crying. My nan was there at the time and asked me what was wrong. So I told her I only wanted a friend and no one wanted to play with me. Now, my nan is a Jehovah's Witness. And so she told me to just pray to Jehovah before I go to bed and that he would then send me a friend. So I did just that. Before I went to bed, I prayed aloud to Jehovah and asked him to please send me a friend. Then I went to sleep. Fast forward a few weeks. I was playing in my back garden when a boy turned up to my house and asked my mum if I was home. I had never met this boy before in my life, though he asked for me by my full name, which, as you can see by the email, isn't exactly a common name. I'm not going to read it out, but yeah, he kind of has like a double barrel type name. My mum was stunned, but probably just grateful I had finally found a friend, and so she let him in. As I said, I didn't know the boy, but I just assumed Jehovah had answered my prayers and sent me a friend, so I didn't think it was weird at the time. This boy was much older than me, easily 14 or 15 years old, and to this day I remember him distinctly. He was a little chubby with dark hair and wore a blue shirt with shorts and had a bright red bike with him that I thought was really cool. He came and just sat with me, talking about nothing of real importance and just letting me play with my toys whilst he chatted to me. It was getting towards the late afternoon, and he told me he had to go. His exact words were, "My dad is calling me." I turned to say goodbye, but he was already gone. This wasn't an unusual thing, as often as a kid, and admittedly, even now, I get so caught up in my own head that I often reply to people way later than I mean to. My mum even asked where he had gone, and she said, and she had been sat in the kitchen at the time doing her own thing, but the only way in and out of the garden was through the kitchen, and she says she never saw him leave. Now, as weird as that is, it gets weirder and unfortunately rather dark. Months of living in this house go by, and my mum, who had started to become quite unhinged with all the stuff she herself experienced, reached out to a woman called Jackie Dennison. She's a local woman who claims to be a psychic and also deals with house cleansing and paranormal investigators and such. So my mum asked her to help cleanse our house. Jackie said she would, but asked my mum to find out as much as she could about the house so she'd better know how to tackle it. Turns out, being an old house in the even older town of Winsford, Cheshire, a lot of people had died in and around the property. So my mum begins gathering all these different articles and obituaries and such until she eventually comes across a morbid article from about 20 years prior. The article was about a local man who had drowned his son in the bathroom before hanging himself after his wife threatened divorce. The article showed a picture of the man, his wife, and his son. And although I've never seen it myself, my mum swears blind that the boy in the picture, the victim of the drowning, was the same boy that turned up to my house that day. I've told this story to a few of my friends over the years, and every time I do, I get goosebumps and feel very uneasy. As I said, we saw a lot more in that house, most of it more terrifying than this, but I can justify that as my brain making it up. This one, however, doesn't sit right with me, and having my mum there to corroborate it kind of makes it hard to deny. I'd be interested to hear your thoughts. And if for whatever reason do choose to share this on your pod, feel free. Just please leave out my name, as I don't want people to think I'm a nutter. Cheers for your time, mate. I'm a big fan of your channel and the team. Take care. So, yeah. What
That
do we think
is
of that?
hands down the maddest story we've
Mhm.
ever had, like, messaged
Yeah.
in.
Yeah, definitely.
Mhm.
Yeah,
That's nuts.
that's pretty
And
intense, isn't it?
I would say that out of all of the ghost stories that we've read, like across the board, not even just been sent in, I would say that that's probably one of the best and like most believable things that I've heard, because
Yeah.
there's so much that leads into it that all adds up and makes a lot of sense. Like the fact that the house had been burnt down and somebody had died in the property, and then the all the trauma that's led into it. And obviously they say that you're most likely to get haunted when you're feeling lonely as well. Like that is such a common across the board piece of information, that when you're really lonely you tend to experience a lot of ghost activity, and
And
that could
emotionally
be
vulnerable.
exactly, and that could be
Yeah.
why there was so much going on in that house, along with all of the other reasons for it. But
Mm.
then the little boy friend is just the most wholesome ghost story I've ever heard in my entire life.
Yeah. Yeah. And also just little things like, not wanting their name read out and stuff.
Yeah.
They want nothing from this. It's just sharing what they believe to be true,
Yeah.
which, I think adds a lot of credibility to it.
100%.
But yeah,
There's nothing Hollywood about that ghost
no,
story. There's no like dramatic twist. There is, but it's not like a dramatic you know what I mean. There's
yeah, yeah,
nothing
yeah,
Hollywood about the story. There's nothing that feels fabricated or exaggerated,
yeah,
because he's also saying that he or she, I assume it was a guy,
yeah,
he was saying, that there's so much worse stuff that he's experienced, but he's giving it logical explanation, and this is
yeah.
the only one that he
You
can't.
just can't explain. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, plus his mum corroborating it. And
Yeah.
like, he was young, so, he was under 14 years of age.
Hmm.
Yeah.
And perhaps, his mum didn't show him the picture at the time to protect him, and then only
Mm.
told him about it when he was a little bit older,
Yeah.
you know.
He could,
Um,
I would imagine he would probably be able to find that online. So
yeah,
obviously, but it won't make any sense to us. But for his peace of mind, maybe could look into it, because that would be really interesting
yeah,
to verify it for himself. But I mean, the way that he described the kid being 15 was a lot older than him. I would imagine he
yeah,
would have
probably
probably
about
only
8.
been about 8 is what I'm thinking. So might not be able to remember it by now.
Yeah. Well, he does say he distinctly remembers the kid.
Okay,
Yeah.
have a look.
But yeah, no, I mean, when I read it, it was sent like 5 days ago. And I read it, and yeah, I thought it was absolutely fascinating, you
Mm.
know. So I wanted to share on here. But yeah, thank you so much for sending that in. I really, really, really do appreciate it. Yeah, let us know at home, what do you guys think? And of course, feel free to send your own stories in, like this dude did. Again, I'm going to keep him anonymous because he is politely asked, and well, even if he rudely asked, I would keep him anonymous. But
Keep me
but yeah,
anonymous, you prick.
yeah, yeah. I know when I was around 6 years old. It said at the start of the story.
Oh,
Yeah, she was
okay.
about 6. Um, but yeah, all just very, very, very odd.
Mm.
Very odd. But also, I mean, from a spiritual point of view,
Mm,
he prayed to a greater being,
mm,
and his prayer was answered.
yeah.
Yeah.
Which um, prayers are like a spell or a ritual type thing, aren't they? Or a summoning, in a sense.
Mm,
And
yeah.
perhaps if he was within a haunted location, which because there was so much trauma in that house for seemingly generations and decades, perhaps he essentially summoned the child,
Mm.
which very, very creepy.
I
But
sincerely hope
fantastic
that the
story.
other evil 6-year-olds on that playground were not met with
Fell
kind
over and
spirits.
grazed their knees.
Yeah.
Nothing worse than
Yes.
grazing
A
your knee as a
big
kid.
So,
and like consistently stub their toes for the rest of their lives. That's what I hope. I hope
Yeah.
they went a little bit too high on the swing and fell off, but not like seriously injured. Just like fucking
Jesus.
like
Shut
great
him back, Maya.
little knock on the elbow.
They
No,
still
I'm
kick
not
it off.
having. I'm not having this 6-year-old looking out of his window, not having any friends. That's literally the saddest thing I've ever heard in my entire life. That's ruined my whole week, and it's Monday. So
It is sad.
I
It is
hope
sad.
I hope
Children
you
can
made
be
loads
awful.
of friends.
Yeah. Children
But
can be
children are
absolutely
evil.
awful. Yeah. Unfortunately so.
Mm.
Right. Okay. Let's go on to, we've got two more. So this one was following the Canic Chase episode. So this was sent 9
Nice.
days ago. I'll reveal who it is if we read through it and there's nothing about being anonymous. This is a bit shorter than the other one. Hi, Jordan. I see you're bringing a Canic Chase episode this year and want to tell you a story I have from up there myself, as I've lived here all my life and frequently visit the Chase. About 3 years ago now, when me and a few of my friends started driving, we was out on a late night drive and decided to go to a car park that's hidden away not too deep in the Chase. It was around 1 a.m. and we were just hanging about, sat inside our cars, when we saw a family of 4 come out of the darkness behind us. They were all dressed in the same pajamas and were walking in age and height order. There was a young boy at the front, followed by a girl, then a woman, then a man in single file. They walked between mine and my friend's car, didn't look at us, didn't acknowledge us. They just looked straight ahead and proceeded to carry on walking. As if that isn't creepy enough, we then looked at each other confused, as there was no other cars in the car park except ours, and the part of the Chase we were in was a dirt track off a main road far away from any other car parks. We then decided to go after them, as they might have needed help, but they were nowhere to be seen. I went one direction and my friend went in the other. We then met up at a local Tesco to share our thoughts and couldn't come up with an explanation. I couldn't sleep that night, and everyone we told the story to after that just thought we were making it up. But it was clear what we saw as they walked past within arm's reach of us. So that is one story. That's just there's another one that's just going to be a story from their grandfather. So yeah, that's very creepy. I mean, that gives me the vibes of I almost don't want to fucking say this because fucking that video of like those men in like the suits where they're running on a country
yeah.
road at night. Yeah, that's the clip that got
That
me
one.
copyright struck, that fucked my Facebook royally.
Run
But
the
yeah,
clip,
it gives me those kind of vibes.
I just did a spot on impression, so anyone that's seen the clip will know what I'm talking about.
I've got my emails up. I can't see the other
Oh,
cameras.
devastated for you. Everyone else
What
got
were you
to
doing?
enjoy it
One more time.
Yeah, that's what they're doing.
with their little briefcases.
Audio listeners, come on over to the video just to give it a little watch. But yeah, so I would think
I'm out of
that
breath.
this isn't paranormal from a ghost point of view. I'd say this is paranormal from a UFO
Yeah.
point of view. But also it was very dark, so I'm guessing you didn't see their eyes, because aren't there black-eyed children in Canic Chase, Scott?
There are.
But adults?
That's
Black-eyed adults.
I don't know if I've heard anything about black-eyed adults.
Much less scary, to be fair.
Yeah, yeah, but
I have.
yeah,
Black-eyed peas.
But the
I knew it was coming.
the adults could be like the aliens, and they could be like leading the black-eyed children to
Or
the
maybe the
ship.
black-eyed children have possessed the adults and they're now following them somewhere.
Also
But
true.
yeah, it gives me alien vibes rather
Yeah.
than ghost vibes. Nothing wrong with that. It's all paranormal. But yeah,
sounds
is Cannock
horrific.
Chase famous for UFO sightings and stuff, Scott?
I believe there are UFO sightings in Cannock Chase. Yeah, there's a few different sort of things been seen through the years.
Yeah, I would very much like to get over to Cannock Chase. I'm kind of thinking maybe make that the April investigation, possibly. But yeah,
Is Cannock Chase near Liverpool?
no, Cannock Chase is like Birmingham way, kind of Leicester, Birmingham, I think.
Oh, okay.
Why do you want to do the Adelphi?
Man with the map. Yeah, just because we saw it the other day on that video. It just
it's so funny. It
reminds me
come
that
up
I
as a
wanna go.
suggestion. The Adelphi Hotel come up as a suggestion on YouTube, but it was literally nothing paranormal. It was just that the Adelphi is the worst rated hotel in the UK.
Yeah.
That's good.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah.
That could
But
explain like the
we could all
paranormal
go up there.
experiences.
Maybe. We could all go up there. Lozzie, you can visit the Everton Super School.
Oh, don't be I will promise I'll put that copyright video in this fucking episode.
That's it. That's it. But yeah, no, the people in their pajamas. That's also, I kind of feel like we've overlooked that a little bit. Why the fuck are they all in the same pajamas?
That's
Yeah.
what was leaning me more towards the ghost thing.
Okay.
They have
Okay.
uniforms.
The fact that they didn't, the fact that they made no acknowledgement of the people and just walked straight through makes
Yeah.
me think more residual kind of haunting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hive mind.
Or potentially back to the alien theory, they could have just been like abducted from their homes and maybe they're like possessed. Double whammy. That's now aliens and paranormal. They got
Yeah, aliens
abducted,
possessing people.
dropped off in the woods, and now they're possessed.
Could be.
I like it.
Could be. But as I
And
said,
they're making cryptid noises.
yeah,
Fucking hell.
could well be. So as I said, there was one more story. So another story I have, and I'm a bit skeptical of, is years ago, around the 60s or 70s, my granddad was driving past where I currently live in Wimblebury, which is a small old mining village around 10 minutes from the Cannock Chase. He has told us the story countless times. He was driving down the hill up towards a pub at the other end of the hill, and he claims to have seen a UFO on top of a place called Hednesford Hills. Also worth investigating whilst you're here, as I have a lot of stories from here myself. Okay, note that down. Hednesford, it's Hednesford Hills. So we could do 2 investigations, or make that part of the Cannock Chase one. He said him and his friends all remember seeing it has dimly lit lights and you could see small shadows moving in the lights. Whether this is true or not, no one will ever know. But I myself, as a skeptic, am inclined to believe him, because why would he and his friends make something like this up? Thank you for listening to my stories, and I'd love to get in contact so I can go a bit deeper into my other stories of the chase. But those are my main ones that I think you'd like to hear. Absolutely. Get back in contact. You haven't said anything about being anonymous, so I will give your first name away, Taylor. Get back in contact. Let us know some more stories. And also, I'm not being funny, but personally, I would say that your story is wilder than his. So if yours is true, I would, and if you've experienced that, I would definitely, like, if I'd experienced what you've experienced in that car park, and then my granddad said that, I'd be like, yeah, I have no reason to disbelieve that.
Yeah, that adds up.
And, like,
Yeah.
my mum, when she was when she was younger, she was walking home with her sister on, and they were walking across a bridge, and they said they just saw this UFO hovering, and then just zip off into space at like unbelievable speeds. Like, you know, I have no
Through the firmament. Oh, I don't know.
Jesus Christ, I have no reason to not believe it. You know,
Mm.
but yeah, so that's a couple of really cool stories. Thank you, Taylor, for those. Like I said, guys, get your stories in. Dudeystories@gmail.com or my main email address, which is dudeyrhino@gmail.com. Either or is absolutely fine. I just love reading these stories. Right, what else we got? We've got one more, and then we're going to get on some haunted objects. Where was it? Here we go. So this one is experience with the Pendle Witches. Now this was sent in November. I did read it at the time. I think I may have even replied to the email, but I haven't read it in a long time. So we're taking a risk here. Okay. Hiya. I watched the podcast with Simon Entwistle and wanted to share my personal experience with the Pendle Witches, by far one of the freakiest things that has ever happened to me. Last year, we took part in a guided tour of Pendle Hill, specifically where a few of the witches were hanged. The area felt eerie, but on the night, we didn't get any communication. Nothing out of the ordinary happened. But we decided to go back to the exact same place on our own a couple of weeks later. There's a little car park on the back of the Pendle Inn, which is apparently notorious for practicing witches to spend the night. We noticed a fair few camper vans on the car park and an intense smell of incense coming from them, presumably practicing witches. We parked up and walked to the same spot where the guide had taken us previously. After a little walk around the area, we decided to set up the Ouija board underneath the tree we were told the witches had been hanged. I'm not sure how true this is, as most sources say they were only hanged in Lancaster. Straight away, we had lots of communication through the board. We asked if they were a witch and did they do the crimes they were accused of, to which they answered yes. We asked for a name and the board started repeatedly spelling E-D. This didn't mean anything to us at the time, and as soon as we said we didn't know who E.D. was, the board went dead and we couldn't make any connection again. But having looked this up afterwards, we now know the initials belong to Elizabeth Device, one of the Pendle Witches. After a while of not being able to make any communication with any spirits again, we decided to head back to the car. When we got back to the car park, the camper van parked next to my car now had its curtains opened, and we could see a woman sat bolt upright in a trance-like state and speaking out loud. Obviously, as this could be a practicing witch, we didn't think much of it, but it did worry us in case we were being disrespectful by being there and wanted to leave as quickly as possible. However, as we reversed to pull out of the space, I personally saw another woman crouched down at the side of the camper van, ducking behind the wing mirror, and her face looked disfigured, almost as if one side was drooping lower than the other. I didn't say anything to my partner at the time as I thought this was my mind playing tricks on me. It wasn't until our friends parked up next to us a little down the road to ask which direction we were going that my partner confessed he believes he had seen an apparition of a woman with a deformed face outside the camper van. I was in complete shock as we saw the exact same thing, but there was nobody else around previously to mistake as this apparition. It wasn't until a couple of days later I decided to do more research into the Pendle Witches and found a website stating Elizabeth Device vehemently maintained her innocence. Potts records that this odious witch suffered from a facial deformity resulting in her left eye being set lower than her right. And she sent me a source for that, a link, a web link for that. That confirmed for me, I believe we saw the apparition of Elizabeth Device that night. Kind regards, Amelia. That's pretty fucking cool.
Yeah.
That is very
Yeah.
cool.
As long as, and I mean no disrespect to Amelia, it's just me being skeptical. As long as neither you or your partner knew of Elizabeth device, so you weren't like subconsciously doing ED for that on the Ouija board, and also you obviously weren't aware, which I know you say you researched later, so I believe you. You weren't aware that this woman had a deformed face. The fact that you saw a woman with a deformed face, both of you did, after seemingly contacting ED, Elizabeth device, on a Ouija board, that is fucking gnarly.
Yeah.
Yep.
One thing that does confuse me is that she vehemently denied that she'd done what they accused her of, but in the Ouija board, when they asked the question, she said yes.
I did think that.
But then they also asked 2 questions and gave the answer yes. And I don't know if it was to the first or the second question they asked.
Yeah, we
Something-
asked if they were a witch and did they do the crimes they were accused of, to which they answered yes. So they could be asking were they a witch, but then it wasn't
And that's
being
the
the
same
witch
question.
the
That
crime,
was the
really.
crime, yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, vehemently maintained her innocence, but also not to disrespect the dead.
Maybe she's
Here
a
we go.
liar.
And maybe she's a liar. A lot of people go to prison and they're like, I didn't do it, but actually they did.
Turns out she was a bitch.
That's
And
it.
a witch.
Also, the idea of witches in camper vans kind of entertained me slightly during that for some reason.
No, right, yeah, the modern day
yeah,
witch. Yeah, I was
yeah.
gonna say this one weren't driving a camper van; she was crouched down.
It was
But yeah,
actually just a
it was
woman having
creepy
a
as shit.
stroke outside the camper van.
Yeah, it was creepy as shit though. It's creepy as shit. Like it would be horrendous. It'd be. I
Yeah.
mean, when we were in Rendlesham Forest, then I knew that witches go and practice in there and stuff, and with Darren Woods as well. I was just constantly thinking like, man, if I pan this fucking torch and
Mm.
there's just a fucking witch.
That was the biggest concern for
Like-
Rendlesham for me.
I don't know if one of these sprints at me, man. I'm
not held responsible.
I'm either gonna run or I'm gonna start switching. Start swinging. You know what I mean? It's just you just a fight or flight. You just don't know what's gonna happen. But start casting spells on you. The roots of trees start like grabbing you. Oh man, it's just you just don't know what they're gonna do.
It was when Ronnie had us turn all the torches off. Because
Yeah.
I definitely had the image of turning them back on, and Paranormal Activity style, there'd just be a circle of witches
Yeah.
around
Oh,
us.
could you
Like
imagine?
hundreds of them,
Could you?
all naked.
All circling around us, all just start screaming as the lights come back on. Like,
God, could you imagine?
Yeah,
That'd be
I
horrific,
hated the
wouldn't it?
idea that
Well, we're
not
going to
only
Cannock Chase.
were there witches, but they were also running around the woods naked.
Naked, yeah.
Just unnecessary, really, isn't it?
Yeah, it's
barefoot
pretty
in the
nuts.
woods. Just
Oh.
if you can manage that, you're clearly not someone I want to be fucking
You're
with.
feral.
Think of all
Yeah.
the worms that you're going to stand on.
I don't
And
like
this
walking around my
wood.
house barefoot.
I think that's probably the least amount of time anyone's going to spend concerned about the worms that are in the fucking forest.
Yeah.
I would be.
Think about the frogs.
That's all I'd be able to think about. Yeah, that toad that we came across.
Oh.
Putting that in between your little tootsies.
Oh,
Yeah. But brilliant. Thank you everyone for the stories. I really want to go to Pendle Hill as well. And Simon has kindly said that he would join us there and give us a tour and the history. And then, but I do know that he doesn't like the spooky spooks. So we would then leave him and begin our investigation. But yeah, no, fantastic. We'll definitely get Cannock Chase done and Pendle Hill done this year without a doubt. I mean, I think they are geographically quite close to each other. Is that correct, Scott, with your map?
Ah, Pendle Hill's close to Liverpool.
Oh, Pendle Hill is close to Liverpool. Then I'm full of shit. Okay. Cannock Chase is near somewhere else, though. I do know that Cannock Chase is near another location we
Yeah.
wanted to do.
It's
But
near,
anyway, we can.
It's Birmingham, so yeah, whatever's around there, really.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Pendle Hill is 42 miles from Liverpool City Centre. So
Yeah. So we could do Pendle Hill and we
And
could do
Adelphi.
Adelphi, and there is
Yeah.
also a fucking insane abandoned place in Liverpool. Can't quite remember the name of it, but I know we've looked at it before.
Mm.
But yeah, anyway, any stories, guys, get them in. We appreciate it, and we love reading them out. Right, okay. What you got for us, Scott? A couple of haunted
Yes.
objects.
See what
He's
we
got a
got here.
slideshow.
I do.
Any
Let's go.
copyright material in there,
What I'm here
Scott?
for. I hope
I mean,
so.
I hope not.
That's it.
So, this is part 3 of the haunted stuff. This is objects,
Nice.
not dolls.
Nice.
And as per usual, obviously, eBay tells everyone this is for entertainment purposes only.
Okay.
And
And
they
all
have to provide you-
descriptions.
Yeah, I copied these straight from eBay.
That's
Are
brilliant.
we doing the
Um,
price guessing again?
We will.
Oh, that's fantastic.
So this is the first haunted object. It's not a doll. It's a statue or a carving of some
I
description.
love him, so
Oh,
send me
he's
the
gonna
link.
What is it haunted by? An owl?
So let's
For
describe
the
it
audio
to the
listeners,
audience.
it's an owl. Yeah. Sorry. It's a little wood carving of an owl.
It's a dog.
So
Yeah.
we've got the Guardian of Eldritch.
Oh, sick.
This is haunted item, the Guardian of Eldritch, protective energy. This is the Guardian of Eldritch. The Guardian of Eldritch, which I've said too many times in the last 10 seconds.
Isn't it? It was a
it's
cool
not-
name 7 times
is.
ago.
I
It
can
is-
see how many times it's meant. I've just skimmed, and I can
This
see
is
that it's
purely
literally every
that's
other sentence.
purely SEO. That is fucking
Yeah.
search engine optimization.
ChatGPT.
It's not just a spirit, but an ethereal guardian that has chosen to reside within a ceramic owl.
Nice.
The guardian said to be as old as time itself, watching over humanity from the shadows, guiding and protecting those who seek wisdom and knowledge and warding off evil spirits.
Wow.
The owl, a symbol of wisdom and foresight, serves as the perfect vessel for such a powerful and ancient presence. Those who have brought the guardian into their homes report a profound sense of calm and safety. It's said that this guardian spirit can ward off negative energies and entities, creating a sanctuary of peace and serenity within its vicinity. Mysterious whispers filled with ancient knowledge can sometimes be heard in the stillness of the night, offering insights and guidance to those who listen closely. The Guardian of Eldritch communicates through dreams and meditations, often revealing itself in visions of a massive owl with glowing eyes, enveloping the dreamer in a protective embrace.
Nice.
I don't want it anymore.
To connect with the Guardian, it's recommended to place the ceramic owl in a quiet and personal space, perhaps near a collection of books or a place of contemplation.
I've got
Offering gifts of
loads
sage.
those. Of course,
Offering-
my place of contemplation.
Offering gifts of sage, incense, or crystals can strengthen the bond between the spirit and its keeper, enhancing the Guardian's protective energy. The
Nice.
ceramic owl itself is a beautiful artifact with intricate patterns that seem to shift and change in the flickering candlelight. Inviting the Guardian into your home is said to bring a deeper understanding of the mysteries of the universe, encouraging personal growth and inner peace. Lighting a candle and spending a few moments in quiet reflection each day with the Guardian can open the mind to vast knowledge it holds. It's a companion for those who seek the truth, a guide through the complexities of life, and a protector against the unseen dangers of the world.
Right. The thing with these things
£1 million.
for me is so the Guardian of Eldritch, which, okay, we get it. You've played Baldur's Gate 3. Is not just a spirit, but an ethereal guardian that has chosen to reside within a ceramic owl. The guardian is said to be as old as time itself, right? So you have in this vessel a literal god, and you want to sell that on eBay.
It's quality.
for
innit?
probably about 20 quid.
I reckon this is. I was gonna say 12 quid, but I think this is like
It's a god,
reckon-
mind you, as old as time
exactly.
itself.
Yeah. I reckon
That's
this
got to
is-
add a
Right.
couple of quid.
What we should do is we should think of this as if this is actually 100% real, right? How much,
Well,
if
then it's
you
priceless.
genuinely owned this, would
It's
you sell
priceless.
this for?
I'd sell it to
wouldn't.
like
You
Elon
wouldn't
Musk,
sell
and that's it.
But
and then
I'm
he'd be
gonna
bankrupt after buying it.
imagine. Look, no slander round here. You know me. I would imagine this got picked up at a car boot about 3 weeks ago. They've put a story into ChatGPT. They've listed it on eBay for, I'm gonna guess, £30.
I reckon this is $79.99. Loz, what do you
Loz.
think?
I reckon this is a quid, but they're charging 150 quid for post and pack.
So
Nice.
this
Are
one
these all
is a
buy it
current,
now, yeah? Oh,
this one's a
current
current
bid.
bid. I think
Oh,
this is the only
I didn't
bid.
agree with this.
Only bid.
This is the only bid in the list.
How long's left on it?
There were, I believe it was 23 hours.
Do you
as
want
of
And
me
when
to
this
did
buy
you
it?
morning.
start this?
Today.
Okay.
About 4 hours ago, this one specifically.
Okay.
So this was current bid £30 for a literal time god with knowledge of the universe.
That's fucking sick.
I mean, for 30 quid,
That
that's
is
actually not a
sublime.
bad price. Just for the story alone, it's a good price.
That's
What
a
did I
That
great.
is
say?
true.
Just a conversation piece to have on your mantle.
I actually can't remember what you said.
Did I say 30 quid?
I think you did.
25?
I think you said 30.
I think you said 30 quid. That's
If I
pretty
didn't
decent.
say 30,
It's your bid
forget
though,
it.
so that doesn't count.
Yeah. Yeah. Next episode in the background, we've got the Eldritch God or whatever.
It's
Yeah.
just sitting here on my desk.
Yeah.
Okay, so the next one, again, not a doll, is
Holy-
this.
Oh fuck! I got my Dybbuk box.
That's what caught
A
my eye.
jism vase. Sorry, no. It's a
I
little.
wasn't going to go there, but
It's
let's
a little.
go there.
It's a little decanter that's got wax melted on it.
It's the
So-
sperm of the Guardian of Eldritch. That's what it
That's
is.
The
So this one-
sperm of Malfurion.
This one is a revenge demon. Jordan, do you want to read this
Sorry?
one out?
Fucking yes, I
I
do.
think you'll enjoy this one.
Haunted item, revenge demon. Get revenge on your enemies. No doll, antique glass. Revenge
No doll.
demon.
Do you know what that tells me? That tells me that someone's bought one of these expecting a doll.
That's true.
How
That's
many
true.
complaints did they have to receive before they put that in the title?
What do you mean there's no doll? eBay money back guarantee. That's what I say.
That's it. Has someone wronged you in the past? An ex? A friend who has betrayed you? A colleague that makes your life, and then it's behind the logo, so I can't see it.
Living
A
hell.
living hell. Are you harboring a desire for revenge against the one who has wronged you? Do you seek to balance the scales of justice in your favor? All I'm going to say is this being sold in the UK?
Yes, I believe so.
Good. I just needed to know that the seller will have a hard time purchasing an AR-15 because there's some red flags in these opening fucking sentences. Introducing the Revenge Spirit Vial, elegant yet powerful tool, each holding within it a demonic entity. Invoke their power with discretion, for these spirits are not bound by loyalty and may deliver consequences as unpredictable as their nature. They are not for the faint of heart and are to be used with the utmost caution and responsibility in the pursuit of true justice only. I encourage you to consider the gravity of unleashing such forces, for their wrath is relentless and their presence unsettling. The revenge demons within have been bound to these antique Victorian glass vials, aged
God.
items with immense residual energy. I cannot disclose details of this ritual. What?
Proceeds to disclose
Convenient,
them
that.
underneath.
Methodologies for activation. Method 1. Place the vial in a hidden location of your choosing and remove the cork/plug, e.g. in the back of the cupboard of your enemy. Within 2 nights, the spirit will manifest. No longer confined to his glassy chamber, this entity will roam the vicinity and bring upon a chilling aura, causing a series of negative paranormal activity. Misfortune and bad luck will become the norm. An unshakable feeling of being watched will haunt anyone in the vicinity of the vessel, and the sleep of those present will be interrupted by night terrors and inexplicable anxieties. Shadow figures and other paranormal activity will become common, a testament to the poltergeist influence. The demon will linger in the home for 2 full moon cycles before fading. Method 2. A more direct approach requires you to write the details of your target on a piece of paper, including the name, their appearance, where they live, and insert the paper inside the glass. Do not replace the cork or plug in the vial. After 2 sunsets, the demon will embark on a silent hunt.
Just
The
say
target
tonight.
will find themselves being harassed by an invisible force, causing feelings of paranoia, anxiety, and stress. They will experience a series of misfortunes that fray the edges of their reality, and paranormal activity, as mentioned in Method 1, will ensue. Although this method may yield subtler afflictions, the terror it can invoke will be no less real. Should the time come when you wish to banish the spirit's presence, shatter its glass vessel. This act will destroy the spirit's energy, dissipating all activity within half a day. I shall remain absolved of accountability for the outcomes that may follow from engaging with these revenge demon spirit bottles. Should you require wisdom on the proper and safe channeling of their power, my counsel is but a message away. Proceed with respect for the power you wield, and may justice be served in your quest. The price of these items directly reflects the time and resources I spent working with these entities. The price of these items also reflects the dire consequences and gravity of which these spirits
That's
can bring.
plenty.
Any residue marks on the inside of these vials are a result of the rituals used to summon the entities. This item is approximately 2 to 3 inches tall. Okay, so we've got a guy who likes a bit of arts and crafts, probably has a little side hustle as a D&D game master, and probably works in game. So
No,
what do we think?
CEX.
CEX, good shout. What do we think? I mean, fucking 10 out of 10 for creativity. Fuck
Yeah.
me, mate.
I'm not-
Absolutely loved the line that says, "May justice be served in your quest."
Yeah.
Love
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
He's just ripped that straight from some sort of NPC dialogue.
Yeah. He's about 37 hours into fucking Elder Scrolls Morrowind. And it's just like, yes. But yeah. Okay. Hey, fucking hell, mate. Fair play.
I'm
So
not.
If
I
they're
wanna suggest-
actually fucking vials from the Victorian era, then Jesus.
I want to suggest we buy this, sneak it into Bailey's cupboard, and open it
Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
Do
see if anything happens.
to test its
Yeah.
authenticity.
Yeah. I'll tell you
Well,
what.
There we go.
Something like, I'm not saying I necessarily believe that this is the truth or not,
Thank
but
God.
I think that the 2 methods and saying in method 2 that it might not work as well kind of makes me believe it a little bit. Thoughts?
Well,
I mean,
Right, so all
I
that
mean-
someone's got to do is cast doubt on one method,
yeah.
and he's like, "Okay, I believe him."
He might be
Makes
onto
sense.
something.
thing is, method 1, unless you know your enemy, method 1 does involve breaking
how
into
are
their
you gonna
house
get
and
into
their
placing this in
cupboard?
the back of their cupboard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unless
Yeah.
you're actually close friends with your enemy.
And you got to
Yeah.
wait 2 business days for it to actually take effect.
Brilliant, isn't it? Brilliant, isn't it? And then after you smash in what is it, to banish it, you smash it and it'll banish it after half a day.
Half a day.
Just got to wait
I
for
like
paperwork.
the measurements of time in this as well, like 2 full moons, 2
Yeah.
sunsets away,
Yeah.
2 half a day. Just why are you being difficult for? Just
Yeah,
say
just
it'll be
talking
2 months
hours.
away. The demon will linger in the home for 2
Oh,
months.
It sounds more mysterious, doesn't it?
It
Yeah.
does.
Yeah.
May
also-
justice be served in your quest.
I also like the my counsel is but a message away.
Yeah. Love
Yeah.
that. He is
Yeah,
100%
this-
an NPC.
Yeah, this
Yeah.
guy sells just like ammunition in Resident Evil 4.
Yeah, 100%. He says that line, "My counsel is but a message away. Proceed with respect for the power you yield, and may justice be served in your quest." And then he does that walk off where he just like walks into the wall. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Yeah,
Nah, he'll tip his cap to us, tip his fedora. His fedora, he just And then he just walks. He's got his like trench coat and he just
Yeah.
like wraps it around himself and then just walks off. Or he just like Naruto runs away. But yeah, no, fair play to you, mate. No, it's cool. How much do we think?
Expensive.
Buy now. That's what
Buy
I'm
now.
talking about. Now, this guy, he was like, listen, I've gone to the depths of hell to fucking,
Can't disclose that, though.
entrap this creature. And that costs money. I risk my soul.
Time,
and that costs
effort.
money. I've got to
Affliction.
melt wax.
Antique glass.
And then pour it over an antique glass. And that takes money. And do you know how hard antique glasses are to find at car boots? Difficult. That takes time.
Borderline impossible.
Takes money. So time is money. So I reckon this guy is selling these for 250 quid each.
Oof.
Nice.
I was
How
gonna
fucked
go-
is-
off? How fucked off would you be if you opened it and he'd taken the cork out? You just open and go, oh fuck.
And then
Brilliant.
just a little note saying, you are my enemy. It's like, oh,
No,
Jesus.
You gave me
does
your
that.
address.
He does that to anyone that tries to offer a lower price.
Yeah.
You
He
offer
accepts.
15 quid less.
Yeah.
He's like, enemy.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
So any advances on 250?
I'm gonna say 100.
Fuck it for the podcast. Let's just say 350.
Nice.
This was the grand total of. This obviously didn't take him as long to capture as some of the others. 50 quid.
50 quid?
What's the
You know,
what's the
obviously not
disclaimer at
one
the
of the-
bottom about? Fucking this took me so long to capture, and the scariness of it all, and that
I
I'm putting my
believe
life on the line. 50
He sells
quid.
He sells other ones.
Right.
This was just the first one I picked, and then I
Right.
blocked him from my search because literally everything I found was just one of his listings.
Oh, wow. But obviously, this one isn't like, one of the big boys like
Yeah, this was just the first
Asmodeus
one I saw.
or
I might go back.
Lucifer.
Next part, there might be another one included.
Beelzebub.
So next up, we have
Oh.
Ah,
A
a
jug.
a jug. Loz,
got
you
a
want to
genie
read
in
this
it.
one?
yeah, I was gonna say this
2
looks like Aladdin.
jugs.
Yeah.
Here we go. There you go, Loz. Enjoy.
A
Jesus.
gin. There you go. It's a genie. Woohoo.
Is that how you pronounce it? The gin.
The genie. I think the genie is a gin.
Oh,
I don't
gin.
know why.
Or
I
it's-
don't know why I read that as Vin Diesel.
Gin vessel.
I wanted Vin Diesel.
Fuck's sake.
Haunted gin vessel. Amir King gin guidance, assistance, success in endeavors. Nice.
Nice.
Amir King is Ziohab.
Right, I'm gonna read this one. I think.
You read
Yeah, that was a bit rough for you, Lottie.
You are.
I've been mugged off.
No, you can
Jordan-
read. Go on, you can read it.
Jordan's been to Egypt, actually.
Oh, right, you're
Jordan's been to
saying
Egypt.
you've been mugged off by being given it. Right, I see. Zahab is a male Amir jinn. Amir jinn have a special affiliation with humans and are known to live amongst us. They are one of the easiest jinns to work with as they fit seamlessly into the home, getting on with adults, children, pets alike. Zahab resides within an antique Indian brass engraved jug / ewer with cobra snake handles. That is
Ewer.
pretty good. Or handle,
What's
sorry.
ewer?
That is fucking cool. He is not bound to this vessel. It is not a trap or a prison. Zahab has free will and has chosen to reside within his conduit vessel, just as he
Cool.
chooses to protect and bless your home. Amir jinn are also known to manifest desires, but cannot be commanded to do so. They are kind and friendly jinn with a strict moral code that they will not go against to grant a wish. Zahab will not force a human to do something against their will. What he will do is remove obstacles and boost self-confidence to give you that winning touch in all your endeavors. Zahab does not require offerings, though he enjoys perfume and the smell of incense. With this in mind, if you want to make a specific request of Zahab, burning incense near his conduit vessel will get his attention. It's recommended that you establish a good relationship with Amir Jinn before asking anything of them. or they will just ignore the request. This is easily done by acknowledging their existence and treating them with respect. Any request must be worded with 100% clarity to avoid misinterpretation. Patience and positivity is required, as some things take longer to manifest than others. The strength of one's desires also plays a part in this. Is the Hybe conduit vessel is an antique Indian brass engraved jug with cobra snake handle measuring approximately in good condition for age. Please
Measuring
examine,
approximately.
and then nothing given. In good condition for age, please examine all photographs to get a full description of condition. There is a slight dent to the front, as shown in picture 2. We'll pack carefully using recycled packaging. That's it.
Oh, Greta
Um,
Thunberg.
that's it. You got to make sure you're saving the. I mean, fair play, you're saving the planet, but you're literally trading in ethereal creatures. But okay. A disclaimer: as per eBay rules, with regard to articles listed as haunted, paranormal, magical, etc., this sale is for an Indian brass engraved jug. A tangible item sold as seen in the photographs for decorative, entertainment, or symbolic purposes only. Okay.
So
Yeah.
is
So we've got a
Zahib?
genie.
I mean, it's a solid listing.
It is. It's very creative.
It's quite
It's
cool.
very creative. Yeah, I had someone on Patreon who messaged me explaining what jinns are and stuff. I believe we spoke about it before on the pod, but yeah, they're quite cool because they're not ghosts or anything, are they? They're like from another
Beings from another
dimension.
plane.
Yeah, from another plane of existence that come into this realm. And like some of them are evil, some of them like to fuck with us, some of them grant wishes, and some of them just kind of
Give you that
help
winning
you
touch.
out. Apparently, yeah, it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. I mean, it's a brass jug. Looks pretty cool.
Potentially antique Indian brass.
Yeah, you can see, the appeal.
Mhm.
It looks heavy.
Shipping is going to be costly, I reckon.
I'll take my money now.
That's it. How much do
How
we
much?
think?
How much are we paying for that?
20.
Oof.
Mind you,
It's got a gin that can potentially, help improve your future attached to it.
Yeah.
Well, if I
That's
need
how
the
much.
assistance, then I don't have that much money to buy it now, you see? So I
Ah.
wouldn't need a gin.
That's true. That's what we're saying
Interesting.
then.
You're essentially bartering for a demigod. I reckon 60 quid.
I'll go 80.
This is 125.
125. I mean, do you know, but the thing is, with this one, you take all the gin stuff away, you've got what looks like an antique solid brass jug.
Mm.
With
One
Cobra.
thing I will query. So it says that the gin is not bound to the vessel. So how can you guarantee that you're even buying the gin and not
Well, you
just an
can't.
empty
You
vessel?
can't. It actually states on the previous page that you're not buying the vessel, you're buying as per eBay rules.
Of course.
The tangible
Jug.
item only. Yeah.
You're just buying a jug. The genie, if he so chooses to stay around, is a bonus.
Yes.
So it's 125 quid jug then.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of
possible.
Speaking of jugs, we've got this one.
Just a picture of boobs.
Yeah.
Speaking of drugs,
It looks
Now-
like some sort of like steampunk fucking grenade.
Yeah, that's accurate actually.
a
It looks like a
Victorian.
bomb. Yeah.
Who wants to read this one?
Jesus Christ.
Is that it?
I
Yeah.
don't think I can do it.
I'll smash her out. Vessel. Haunted vessel. Paranormal negative energy. Negative vessel used in rituals from Germany within I feel very evil. That's why the cork has been wedged in very tightly. Because of eBay, I have to say this is for entertainment purposes. What the fuck did I just read?
Used in rituals from Germany within I feel very evil. That's why the cork has been wedged in very tightly.
Apparently, I feel very evil. That's why.
And apparently that's why the cork has been wedged in tightly.
Now, you may recall I said there's one that I think we'll get through very quickly.
that would be
Well,
this
in
one.
this one.
I
So-
mean, I've
I got
never
a lot to
seen
talk about.
anything like it. What it is?
It's a bomb.
Yeah,
That
Yeah.
could be. It's got liquid in it.
Exactly.
it does.
Like a bong.
And they feel it's very evil, or I feel very evil. I don't know
Someone's
what
had a
relevance
whitey.
that has, but
Within,
much would you
I feel
pay?
very evil. That's why the cork has been wedged in very tightly. That's so funny. It also hasn't. The cork is in about that far.
Yes, like a centimetre in.
Yeah.
how much would you pay for this vessel?
Uh,
Mind you, it comes with a genuine leather strap.
oh,
300 quid then. Fucking hell. 20.
15.
I'd say 25.
90 quid, man. For
Get laid
90,
for 90.
for 90 quid, for the love of God, just type something into fucking chat GPT.
Yeah.
Like, what
Just
are you
make
doing?
something up like everyone else did.
Maybe he did
Literally.
type something into chat
Whoa.
pizza. He did.
Yeah, that's what come
So-
out. Whoa, Satanas.
Now,
Jeez.
I did censor this one
Oh, yeah.
myself.
Oh,
You
titties.
censored it.
I
Oh,
censored it.
Little bar
Free the
across
nip.
the nips.
That's
Yeah,
Free
I,
the
wa- I
nips,
wasn't. I
Scott.
wasn't 100% sure.
where's the
Satanas.
lips?
Oh, yeah.
I don't know.
Gown
I don't
sandals.
know YouTube's policies for nipples on display.
Satan
that's-
boobs.
It's a camera. You can have nipples on a go.
Oh, why am I so out of focus?
Mine's out of
That is
focus
true.
just because
That's it.
Lucifer is taking over.
So
What was
is
this? Of course,
Baphomet.
Baphomet.
Haunted doll, active spirit, negative demon, cursed, Baphomet statue, witch, dark.
Nice.
Warning,
purchase-
Buzzword.
Warning,
Dark
purchase at your own
evil.
risk. Not a toy or to be around children, please read.
Who
I
the
present
fuck
to
is
you-
buying that for the
I present
child?
to you Bam Bam. It's not
Bam
Baphomet anymore, it's Bam Bam.
That's the name of the tits.
Bam, bam.
He was never
That's it.
human, a witch that I
Nice.
met from years back upstate. She left this to me when she was moving into the woods. She couldn't take it with her because it was too much to handle, and she let this demon possess this vessel. I've been told that he is arrogant, sneaky, and a sexual deviant.
Of course.
When he doesn't get attention, you can hear knocking under your bed, moaning, which I'm not sure if it's from pain or being sexual or both. There are also terrible smells.
Oh, fuck.
It's cursed because I haven't slept since I got it. I've had
Nice.
serious nightmares for weeks, all disgusting and sexually gross, and I can't handle it. Cursed with dangerous thoughts of sex and violence, which is not something I mess with. I actually have it. I actually have it locked in a box right now because I've had family over and I need to protect them. Trying to get rid of it. It's seriously powerful, so make sure you understand the potential danger you're getting yourself into.
What,
Great
getting
for
horny?
witches. Great for witches, black magic, and revenge spells.
Magic
Also
spelled
helps you. Oh, that's magic with a K. It's a different thing. Also helps you stay connected in the highest level to the almighty Baphomet.
Bam, bam.
It's better that you have some experience with cursed and demonic objects. Please be super careful. This vessel is uncleansed. Light a white candle, burn incense, and give a small present to welcome it into your home.
Right. If this is selling for more than £1, that is full of shit. That fucking story. Full of shit.
You raise a
Let's
valid
see how
point.
bad you want to get rid of it. Let's
Yeah.
see.
That's a
Innit?
very good
True.
point.
Put it on Facebook Marketplace
See,
for free.
all that. Yeah, I'm not being funny. The middle-aged woman on Facebook Marketplace will snap that demon up so quick. A demon moaning under your bed and making you have sex dreams. I'll take it for free.
So, you may
Okay.
have guessed from the description, this is from America,
Right.
which means we have to pay an import tax
Oh,
or an
that
import
included in the
import
buy now?
postage. There is a buy now price, then there's also a shipping / postage price.
Scott's already paid for it.
yeah.
I got caught out with the shipping fee. How much would you pay just the price without the shipping fee? Mind you,
I
like Lozzie said,
mean,
she wants to get rid of it desperately.
Yeah.
So
If
Does
the
it-
story's legit, then she should be selling it for free because just put it in the bin if it's that horrific. But like, if she can't sell it for free, then like a tenner, 15 quid.
Anyone
Hmm.
else?
Yeah, no, I feel like the story, although it would make perfect sense for her to want to just get rid of it, I feel like the story is there to create the illusion of desperation, but also make it so it looks like it's really dangerous, which would make it valuable. So I reckon this is like 75 quid.
Okay. I'll go 90. No, I'll go round 100.
So this is £90,
Oh,
44 pence, with a £63 shipping fee from Buffalo, New York, I believe it was.
wow.
And that's with the eBay approximate conversions, because
Right.
eBay can't guarantee it.
Yeah, of course.
So that is essentially 150 quid
Wow.
for that.
Wow. Oh, she must be so desperate to get rid of it.
Yeah.
I mean, I assume if you're not in the USA, or if you are in the USA, shipping would be much
Yeah.
cheaper.
Yeah, that'll be
Either.
international shipping.
But yeah, 90 quid or
Wow.
112 US dollars, I think.
Wow.
But to be fair to her, she's enabled international shipping, which would imply she's so desperate to get rid of it, she's willing to send it anywhere in the world.
It's true.
As long as you pay full
£65.
shipping fee.
It's real.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
there
but
was
the shipping fees eBay dictate. You don't.
true. So there was one more
defending
that I
it.
want to do. There's one more I want to do here, because I saw this one a while back and it's still listed.
Okay. Okay. Right.
They're trainers.
They are.
Yeah,
Thanks,
for
Jordan.
the audio listeners, they are trainers.
What's going on with the laces? Can we just get that out of the way?
No,
designed together.
I'm going to predict the story. Every time I wear these shoes, the demon trips me up. Shoelaces
So-
are just tied together.
They're just- yeah.
Right. Okay. What? Oh, right. Crystal. Haunted, not porcelain doll, but size 3.5 size trainers. Size 3.5 size. Trainer's vessel. Crystal, spelled Crystal. Didn't know there was an H in Crystal. Was 20 years old when she died. Now I feel bad. The trainers were put into a box with her other belongings. Her father bought them for her. She chose them, and he collected them from a locker for her. What the fuck? He came all the way from America to be with her. I'm so confused. Crystal's mum was white and her father black, West Indian. He was tall and of a large build. He showered her with love. Crystal's mum never had a lot of money, and their life had been impoverished, I think is what I meant. No help from nowhere, but when her mum managed to get in touch with her father and told him she was terminally ill, please come to support your daughter. Crystal is positive. Wherever those trainers are, they have a supportive aura around them. She will sort herself out another vessel in time. She will have an attachment with. She needs to get settled. She loves all types of music. Works well with a Ouija board, pendulum, and cat ball. The
Right.
fuck?
I got no idea what the fuck is even going on.
Same.
No.
I'm so confused.
He came all the way from America to be with her. Then also, why are we getting physical descriptions about what her parents look like? What is the relevance?
Well, yeah, why haven't we got a description of Crystal?
Yeah,
I
we
have,
don't
I
know
have
what
to
Crystal
be,
looks like.
I have to be honest. The biggest confusion for me was the trainers were put into a box with her other. No, sorry, her father bought them for her. She chose them, and he collected them from a locker for her. What the fuck does that mean?
What does that mean?
Is he? So are they trying to say like he bought them from Foot Locker?
Maybe.
Also works well with a Ouija board.
Oh yeah.
Spelled wrong.
Yeah, there's a few spelling errors in there, but
So
I'm so confused. Like I mean, hey, I've never seen haunted trainers before. Fair play, and also you always see like all ghosts and stuff. They're always like Victorian era. Well,
Not Crystal.
no.
and we'll get onto that in a second.
In a
Also-
second,
how
there's
much?
more.
How much do we think we'll pay?
I mean, they're
Well,
pretty cool
I'm-
sneaks.
I'm going to value this on just the trainers right? Because all I've got to go on is that there are a pair of trainers on sale here. I'd
Mhm.
say 30 quid.
I mean, I don't think she would have worn them because they look pretty fresh.
Yeah, they've
Just
not
think-
I
even had the
mean,
laces
I
undone.
reckon, they're looking a little bit. I'm not saying this is the brand, but they're looking a little bit Steve Madden-esque.
I think they
100,
look a little bit unbranded.
I thought it
120.
looked Ola.
They are branded, so we'll.
120.
Can I have a look at the shoes again?
Fashion.
Fashion.
Fashion since
Of course.
1956.
Fashion.
It's famously when fashion started,
That is.
It's true.
1956.
110 quid. No, what did I say? 110? Yeah, 110 quid.
I'm gonna go 60.
Nice.
25 quid.
Now, to finish this, I did a little bit of research,
That's beautiful.
and I found
Nice.
Women's
trainers-
mesh, chunky sneakers, breathable, trendy, low top running trainers, casual lace up sports shoes.
They're actually really nice. If I was a size
This-
3.5, I'd buy them.
this was on Temu, this
Oof.
specific listing. So you could buy those trainers for £15 and 51 pence.
RRP 69.99.
Sorry. I mean, fair play, Scott. Did you use like Google Lens? Because how
No,
the
I tried
fuck
that and
did
it
you
didn't.
find that?
I looked up the fashion brand and then went from there.
Nice.
Genius. Yeah, that's mad. So, how long's Temu been around? About a year?
2 years at this point, I think.
Yeah.
So recent.
So it has to be relatively recent. I think they do sell, or they used to sell these on Amazon as well, but they're now out of stock.
September 2021. So we know
That is a modern
it's
ghost.
within. Yeah.
But yeah,
Rare. Okay.
That is it.
Wow.
Fair play. I mean, they could really take the piss with those trainers, and they're not. So, you
True.
know.
True. You're paying an
Alright,
extra
be
tenner for the
careful.
ghost, really.
Yeah.
Well, I don't actually think you are paying any extra for the ghost because I don't think there is a ghost. Like, even in their story, I don't think there's a ghost.
Yeah, it's kind of like,
Yeah.
look, this girl, she's gonna fuck off to some other object soon.
Yeah.
You're just buying a pair of trainers.
Yeah.
And you'll get a positive aura spelt ORA, like Rita Ora.
Maybe that's what they meant.
So,
Maybe Rita Ora turns up, yeah.
Fucking, you'd
I'd
have
pay
to pay me to
25
take
quid.
them shoes. The duality of man.
Right. I know. I've already said the price. Fair enough.
Right.
that's it.
Anyone want to guess the price? I reckon I got a good idea.
That's it. Well, thank you very much, Scott, for those haunted objects. Thank you for the stories. Thank you guys for joining me. Thank you everyone at home for listening. If you want to become a patron, which has just reminded me,
Yeah, question of the week.
question of the week. Oh, look at this. Got a couple live in the group chat. This is so
Ooh.
cool. Dudey Rhino's chat. Right. So, been asked a couple of questions. And I don't know if we've answered this before. And it's even prefaced by saying, might have already been asked. I'm pretty sure it hasn't.
If we're
Bradley
small-
Alden Braderberg asks,
Fan of the show.
if
Friend of the
you
show.
could prove the existence of any cryptid, which would you choose? Have we answered this? I don't think we have we?
No.
I've not heard that.
Not directly. I think we've had similar, but not.
Yeah, I'm out of focus. Yeah. Right. That's a fucking awesome question.
Specifically cryptid. Okay.
Cryptid. I mean, because you got to also think of the implication.
Think of the implications.
I mean, on the one hand, I want to say Pigman because I think it would just make Bailey and Lozzie's minds implode.
Nice.
But on the obvious sense, it's Mothman.
Oh,
Yeah.
So you want Mothman.
I
Okay.
think there's too much tied in with Mothman in terms of the omen of death and warning signs, that sort of
and
thing.
you want that to be real.
I just think it would add so much.
That's why I said implication, Scott.
think that's a
because the
good
implication of
implication, though.
Mothman means if that thing turns up, people are going to die.
Yeah.
Nice.
Is
Fair enough. No, fair enough.
is I've got two, and I don't actually think either of them are technically cryptids.
Oh.
Is Cthulhu a cryptid, or is that just a made up character?
That is a
Lovecraft.
made up character by Lovecraft.
So it's not a cryptid.
Unless
It might be based
Lovecraft.
on a cryptid. Though.
Unless Lovecraft was exposed to knowledge beyond our cosmos.
It
Yeah.
might have
See,
been out.
if it was a
might have
cryptid,
had
it'd
the
be
owl.
Cthulhu. And this is my
Okay.
second one, which I also don't think is a cryptid. It's almost definitely not
Really sticking to the mission
Slenderman.
statement here.
Who?
Slenderman.
Right, the online cryptid that was.
Could be a cryptid. You don't know
Hey,
that.
you never know. You never know. That's fair.
Slenderman's real. I've literally seen videos of him on YouTube. So
It's true.
There is that.
It's true.
So-
Okay, so you got Slenderman, you got Cthulhu.
what are you going to say? Loch Ness Monster?
Oh, I don't really know. It's really hard. Lozzie, have you got one?
The Jersey Devil.
Ooh.
Oh,
Pretty cool one.
nice.
It's
Niche.
a
as
that's
fuck.
niche, yeah.
I mean, if you're going to go for one and you're going to try and prove it's real, I think that you got to aim high.
I see. I think
Go
what
for like
I'm-
this
what-
outlandish one.
see what. Yeah, it's true. What I mean by the implication is like, so say if I said Bigfoot, so Bigfoot's real. Does
Yeah.
that mean that when we say cryptid, say like, but all of them, are we talking they are a legitimate species or they're a one-off?
Yes.
I guess.
That's another Patreon question.
That's it.
Part two next week.
Do you know
guess
what?
I guess it's whether the cryptid lore implies that there's multiple of them. So, like for
Like-
example, if it was
That
Sasquatch,
is the implication.
every time you say that, all I'm thinking about is the
Yeah,
Always
that's
Sunny
what I'm
clip.
saying. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Like, yeah, Bigfoot very much. It's implied there's lots of Bigfoot, big
the
feet.
implication.
Big-
big feet.
Whatever the plural of Bigfoot. Bigfoots.
Bigfoots.
There's lots of Bigfoots, and they're a species. Whereas I think Mothman is just one.
Yeah. I would say, I know which one I pick. I would say Black Shuck. Because for two reasons. One, that's pretty cool. Two, it's that means it exists and it exists around here. And that's
Yeah.
very close to us three. Unfortunately, not you, Scott, but you can move over. And so I would probably
All time.
withdraw my money from Bitcoin
Oh.
so that I could live without working for a bit. I ain't got that much money in Bitcoin for a bit, and dedicate my life to finding it and documenting it.
But then if it's proven it exists,
Yeah,
does that not
Someone's
imply someone else already has?
Yeah, but you got to find it, ain't you? It's
That's
like
fair.
no, but it's
Surely
like saying like
You want to be
No.
you want to be that woman in Texas that has a chupacabra stuffed in her living room.
no. So it's like the big cat theory thing.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, we have literal DNA proof because we have a tuft of hair that is caught on a barbed wire fence of a farm that had sheep massacred. And we have done the DNA on the hair and have confirmed it belongs to a big cat. So it's like, okay, this thing is out there. We know it is out there,
Did that
but
actually
no one's
happen?
found. Yeah, that has actually
Yeah.
happened. Yeah.
No way.
Yeah. So the
I think
whole
it was on
big
Blackmore.
cat thing in the UK is real. And I'm out of focus again. But it's
Hey,
like,
we'll do that. Go big cat hunting.
yeah.
The
But
scenario
demonic
that you have discussed exists, and it's
Yeah.
been pictured in
Yeah.
Norfolk.
But Black
Is it?
Shark.
They're all
Yeah.
over the UK, aren't they? Yeah.
Black Shark, I
Pretty
guess,
gnarly.
is more
It's demonic.
interesting
dog
than just a big
of
cat.
Hell.
Right, I beg to differ.
A demon hell dog, or just like a tiger prowling around.
Yeah. In the comments, what's better, cats or dogs?
That's what it's boiled down to.
That's
If
it.
you say dogs, you're out.
Jesus Christ. There you go. F penalty.
That's it. That's
think
it.
it's
But yeah,
smart.
thank you so much to Brad for the Patreon question of the week. If you'd like to ask a question, go over to Patreon, £1 a month or whatever you get, £5. T-shirt club coming very soon. All that good stuff.
£500.
If you wanted, hey, fucking
Fun
if you
Jordan's Black
wanted.
Shark Hunt.
Yeah.
That's it.
Fun Jordan's cabin in the woods.
Yeah,
Because I will be staying here.
yeah.
In the ends.
But yeah, so now it's been a great episode. Thank you.
Yeah.
I know that's a nice long one, nice juicy one. That's great.
Nice.
That's great. Yeah,
Glad to be back.
yeah. Welcome back, GG's. All that
See
good
you in
stuff.
another month.
See you in 4 weeks.
Yeah.
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 I ain't coming back. It's dead.
Fuck it.
I'm joking.
Right. We'll see you next week. Probably without Mike. She's been sacked.
Right. I carry this podcast on my back.
Yeah.
know it.
Right. Thank you. Like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Share the pod around, for heaven's sake. Cheers. Bye.
See you later.